Hello and welcome. I am Dr. Anil Joshi. Welcome you to my series Iconology and Temple Architecture Perspective. In the contest, we are going to visit today Lonavala. Where is Lonavala? It is in Maharashtra, around 60 kilometers from Pune, and near Lonavala there are multiple cave temples. Bhaze is one of the oldest one, then Karla caves. In that context, to visit them, to study them more in detail, we have prepared different videos. The video for Karla cave is different than that of the Chaitya Graha of Karla. And near it is a Ekvira Devi, Ma Ekvira. That video is different. Out of this series, today's video, we are going to see Chaitya Graha. It's one of the oldest structure surviving today. We are going to see its historical background. We are going to see in detail each and every corner of this Chaitya Graha so that we can know how these were, because this is one of the largest surviving Chaitya Graha. Now, Karla caves are located near Lonavala, around 10 kilometers from Lonavala. They are a group of ancient Buddhist rock-cut caves that dates back to 2nd century BC, before Christ. That is important. So approximately 2300 or more than that years back, they have started excavating it, and they have completed it in the 4th century. Now, the caves were built by the Buddhist monk and were used as a meditation and worship places. The caves are famous for their large Chaitya Hall, one of the Indian largest Chaitya Graha we can see today. It is one of the largest, so you must see it to be proud of Indian heritage. Now, Bedse caves are also located near Lonavala. So, Bedse is one of it, Karla is one of it, and Bhaze is also one of it. So these are the caves around Lonavala which you must visit. They are a group of rock cut, and even the Bedse is constructed in 1st century. So started around 200 BC till 400 AD. So that was a span in which the caves were constructed. These caves are significant because they show evolution of Buddhist rock-cut architecture in India, and as it is important because in a world, if you want to see, you have to come down to Lonavala to see all these things. So people from all over the world are coming and appreciating it. Now we should know history of Karla and Bedse caves. The Karla caves and Bedse caves are ancient rock-cut temples, as we are seeing, or rock-cut caves or rock-cut monuments surviving in Maharashtra. These caves are believed to have been built by a Buddhist monk for meditation purpose, for residential purpose, and to deliver lecture to spread Buddhism towards the common man. They were using all these places. The Karla cave dates back to 2nd century, as we seen, and they were constructed till 4th century. Now, the contribution was majority or maximum given by Emperor Ashoka. He started construction it, but it was continued not only by the monks but also many merchants. Their names are carved here. Ashoka was Buddhist and played an important role in spreading Buddhism across India. So the construction of caves started by him around same time. The Karla caves were built by spreading Buddhism as a residence to monk, as a place of worship, and as the place of merchants taking occasional stay here. They were staying for certain days and they were moving, but they have contributed towards its construction. Their names are there. Now this was constructed just with a hammer and chisel. You can imagine a hard rock of Sahyadri, how they must have cut it. The caves are used by these people for their uses as far as meditation and worships. Now the most important feature of Karla caves is Chaitya Hall. Though there are multiple caves, the important, a landmark if you want to know about Karla is the Chaitya Graha. This is the largest, not only in Karla, out of Karla caves, but also one of the largest surviving in India. Now it is 45 meters long and 40 meters wide, and has a curved out, and it has been carved out of a single rock. The hall has beautiful carving, sculptures, and Buddhist deities and motifs. We are going to see them when we will be seeing in detail. Now this video are again divided into two parts. One is about the Chaitya Graha and second is about the decorations over the pillars and the inside and outside sculptures of this cave. It is certainly the largest and almost well completed Chaitya Graha, and it is excavated with perfection. Now if you see any of the column, they are just perpendicular. You will not find anywhere they are going out of proportion, though they are from the same rock. They are not added from outside and fixed there. And also there is a beautiful carvings on it. Now in all the architectural defects of the previous examples are removed. The pillars of the new are quite perpendicular. Now you get the symmetry and geometry, that is very important. The screen is ornated with sculptures. It is first appearance apparently in such position, and the style has reached to perfection as it was completed, and it has surpassed almost all the existing monuments. The general dimensions of the interior are 124 feet 3 inches from the entrance to the back wall. You can go only up to halfway, where there is a wooden partition which you cannot cross, and the width is around 45 feet and 6 inches. So that is rough dimensions we have given you in both in feet also and in meters also. The side aisles, however, are quite narrow. The central one being 20 feet. Now it is divided in the central and two peripheral. The central one is around 25 feet, so that the others are 10 feet each from the pillars. Now the height of all this is around 45 feet from the floor to apex. In advance of the Chaitya standards, the lion pillar, when we are going to enter inside, we are going to see this lion pillar. There are 4 lions which are also a symbol of Samrat or Emperor Ashok. In this instance, the plain shaft with 16 flutes, or rather faces, surmounted by a capital not unlike that at the Kesaria, but at Karla, supporting 4 lions instead of 1. So this is the certain designing differences you will find in Karla. You can call it as a unique or pioneering, because it was one of the earlier caves. They seems almost certainly to have supported by the chakras and Buddhist wheels. So these are additional structural things. A similar pillar probably stood on the opposite side is not there. It has either ruined, fallen, or there were a lot of earthquakes in this area, so it must have been fallen. Now come to the veranda. The outer porch or the veranda is considerably wider than body of the building. So you can see it in the photographs that veranda is larger. It's being 52 feet wide and 15 feet in deep. So it has increased in dimension and closed in front by a screen composed of 2 stout octagonal pillars without either base or capital, supporting what is now a plain mass of rock, but which was once upon a time ornated by wooden, that is all wooden which has fallen or destroyed So it was ornated with wooden galleries forming the principal ornamental of the facade. Above this dwarf colonnade or attic of the 4 columns, between the pilasters, admits light to the great window that we are showing you. We have taken photographs from outside and inside and outside, so that you can know how bright light is coming in all these things. And this is again surmounted by a wooden cornices or ornated of the same sort. In spite of so many years, you can still see the wooden ribs, which you are going to see in our photographs. Now the entrance consists of 3 doorways under a gallery, one leading to the center and other one to each of the side aisles. And over the gallery, the whole end of the hall is open, as in all Chaitya halls, forming one greater window through which the light is admitted inside and the full cave gets lit. The greater windows form in the shape of the horseshoe and exactly resembles those used as the ornaments of the facades of the caves, as well as on those of Bhaja, Bersa and Nasik, and which are met with everywhere at this age. So this uniformity you find whether you are visiting Karla, whether you are visiting Bhaze, whether you are visiting Berse or Nashik. So you'll find same uniformity. Within the arch is a framework of centering of the wooden standing free. It is like the ribs of the interior coaled with the building. Now you'll see them, and please note they are around 2000 years old. The sculptures of the screen wall between the door is mostly of the much later date than the cave itself, because it was constructed in phases. All the figures of Buddha are represented are of the late date and belongs to the Mahayana school of architecture. These decorative panels next to the main entrance have been dated to the 6th century. The larger pairs of ribs with Mithuna couples, however, are earlier and may be original. The latter inscriptions are of the time of the Satvahana king Pulumavi. Now Satvahana king Pulumavi and his queen, their sculptures are there, which we are seeing in the entrances. We'll see them once we are seeing the photographs. Now let's see the hall, how it is. Immediately under the semi-dome of the apse and nearly where the altar stands in the Christian churches is placed in a dagoba. In this instance, it is a plain dome. On the 2-story circular drum, the upper margin of each section being curved with a rail ornaments. Just under the lower of these are holes of the mortise for wood frames and woodwork which may have been fallen or destroyed, adorned with hangings, which some of sculptures or sculpted figures are the representation would lead us to suppose was the use of the ornamenting of the altars. It is surrounded by capital or T, and on this still stand are the remains of the umbrella in the wood. This is the description which we'll better appreciate once we are seeing the pictures. Somewhat decayed and distorted by the age, but from down when we look up it is difficult to appreciate all these things, and secondly light is also not as good as to appreciate all these things. This canopy will circular and minutely carved on the undersurface. Now all the descriptions we should know, and then we'll look at the actuals, then we can appreciate it. Continuing with hall. Now 15 pillars on each side separate the nave from the aisles. Each pillar has a tall base and a rectangle shaft and richly ornated with capital on the inner front of the in the front of which kneels two elephants, each bearing two figures, generally the man and a woman. Sometimes two women's, sometimes man and a woman. There are different varieties and different types, but sometimes you will find all sorts of combinations and permutations over here. They are carved which faces when you are standing in the middle. But if you go to periphery, the designs are different. Some ornaments are like horses, tigers, bearing a single figure. The 7 pillars behind the altar are the plain octagonal piers without either base or the capital, and the 4 under the entrance gallery differ considerably from those on the sides. The sculptures of the capitals supply the place usually occupied by friezes and cornices in Greek architecture, and in other examples, plain painted surfaces occupy the same surfaces. Above the spring of the roof, semicircular in general sections, but somewhat situated at the sides so as to make it height greater than the semi-diameters. It is ornated even at this day by a series of wooden ribs, probably cobbled with the excavations, with proves that the roof is not the copy of a masonry arch, it was different, but of some sort of timber constructions. Now we'll see them at actuals. This is the, once you reach the Karla caves, you have to park your car at the base of this mountain, and now you got 2 ways. One thing, you can go by car till the midway, and second is to go by steps. We prefer to go halfway by the car. There is a good space of parking over there, and then you take the steps from here and start climbing up. Around 200 steps are there. They are steep, but they are fairly okay. Anybody can climb them. Once you come here, there is a small plain ground which you are seeing here, and there are multiple structures you will find here. In front of you is the Ekavira temple, and on the side of it, in the cave, you will find is the Buddhist cave. Now here also, now you have entered the cave. Left side is the entrance of cave. Now right side you are seeing the outside. Here you will find a lot of good decorations and also more height. Now from this way you have to come inside. Left side is the Ekavira temple, and this gate is for the Chaitya Graha. You have to enter it, and once you come inside you will find this gate of the Chaitya Graha, and you will find King Satavahana, which is queen, in the entrance. And also from here there is good decoration by the elephants. Here the description is written in local language, but that gives you a fair idea about the historical background, which we have discussed it just now. There is nothing more than that. You will find these 3 lions surviving. It should have been 4, and this is a peculiarity or emblem of Samrat Ashoka or Ashoka Empire. This is the big veranda we are seeing, well decorated. Outside you are seeing is a stambha, that is a pillar on which you will find 4 lions. One side is surviving, other side it is ruined. Now here you are seeing highly richly decorated. Now this is the big window what we are describing, meant to transmit the light. So this photograph is taken from inside to show you a light coming. Beautiful light comes in. The caves open at 9 o'clock. The time was at 9:30 or so. You can see here the same window from outside, a very typical design which we have described just now. This is again outside. Now once we cross this, Once we see all these things, we are going to enter inside and we are going to appreciate all the things. Now these are the pillars. First we are going from outside the pillar, means in between central is the large place, which is the central place. Then are the pillars, and outside the pillar or in between pillar and the wall, you will find a 10 feet narrow passage. Now these photographs are taken from the dark side, so we have to lit a artificial light and take the photographs. Here there are no guards available, but you can take help of the certain people over there, or you can take the whatever has been written outside, you can read it. These are the different sculptures. Now both side of the pillar shows different sculptures. This is the top portion, and in between you are seeing is the artificial light. Now these pillars you are seeing, now looks almost they are symmetrical. The names they have written there is in Brahmi Lipi, stating who were the contributors for this. Though Emperor Ashok started it, but it was also continued by Buddhist monk, their disciples, then the different donors whose names are written. Now here you are seeing, as we describe, lot of carvings. We have detailed describe all these things when we started the lecture. Now these get light from the big window, what we have said. So this faces the central passage. So central passage gets light from the larger window, and these pillars are seen because of that light. The backside, which we have seen first, needs a artificial light to see them. With open eyes, even at 9 o'clock or 10 o'clock in daylight, they are difficult to appreciate. So you can, here they do not allow videography, only photography is allowed. Now you will find here not only sculptures, not only they are different on different side of a pillar, but also there are paintings. Now here we are showing you a central passage which we are in detail seen each and every pillar. Now you are not supposed to go inside. It is closed, and there is also a board written that you are not supposed to cross it. with that, we are coming to end of this lecture. I'm
With
sure
that,
I have added in your
we are
knowledge
coming
so
to end
that
of
when
this
you will
lecture.
go next time to see it,
I'm sure
you will
I have
recollect
added
all
in
these
your
things.
knowledge so that when you will
If
go
you
next
find
time to
something
see it,
more, if
you will
get
recollect
more
all these
information,
things.
get back to us.
If you find something
and add into
more,
our knowledge.
if you get more information,
And
get
if
back to
you
us
feel that
and
I
add
have
into our
added
knowledge.
then give us a
And
like.
if you
And
feel
you want
that
to see
I have
more video
added
like
knowledge,
that, give
then
us a
give us a
subscription.
like.
Thank you.
And if you want to
Goodbye.
see more
And
video
take
like that,
care. This is
give
Anil
us a
Joshi,
subscription.
logging
Thank
off
you.
till we
Goodbye.
meet
And
again
take
in
care.
next
This is
video.
Anil Joshi.
Goodbye. Good
Logging
luck.
off
Take care.
till we meet again in next video. Goodbye. Good luck. Take care.